How does that work? Poverty. And how do they get the money? Nigeria has become indebted. I mean, terribly indebted. That according to Amechi, China is no longer picking their calls. They've borrowed too much, and everybody's like, these guys are mad, man. Nigeria is in debt, a serious one. That if Nigeria makes 1,000 naira from tax or sale of crude oil or anything, they will need to spend 900 naira servicing the debt, the money they've borrowed. They are left with nothing other than to go and borrow money again. In the process, your schools are worse. They are worse off. Your hospitals have no doctors. They have no medicine. People are not getting paid. Everything is in shambles simply because the chunk of your money goes into paying for the debt that Nigeria incurred because Nigeria is fighting terrorism. So 1/3 of your budget goes into fighting terrorism that were never fought. They never fight any terrorism. Of course, they never fought any terrorism or any terrorist. They free them once they repent. So, no money for education, no money for healthcare, no money for good roads. Let us go and borrow and pretend that we are constructing something. So, when this happened, the people from Eastern Nigeria, the Igbo people, the Biafrans, they have no good roads. They have no good hospitals. They have no good. They don't even have. They don't have electricity, just like everyone else. So they don't have good schools. The graduates have no job. Just same way you find in Yoruba land. Yorubas have no good hospitals, no good schools, no good roads, no nothing, no rail, no light. Because there's no money to build them. But they are having enough money to say they are fighting terrorism, that they are never fighting. That affects me. Because every penny they take from everywhere is the education, the life, the light, the road, the school, the library, the factory, the industry, everything that should be springing up in Yoruba land is what they are taking to fund their terrorism. Simply because we are part of Nigeria. So normally, if they say there is no terrorists in Yoruba land, how come that the Yorubas are paying to fight Boko Haram, to fight ISWAP, to fight Fulani terrorists? How come are we sharing in that payment? Because we are Nigeria. Abi? So this is why I said, if we are on our own, we can hold our own thieves responsible so that they won't come and say, what do you want me to do? This is how much they gave me in Abuja. So Zamfara discovered gold, and the insecurity in that part of Nigeria escalated. Farmers were being killed. Farms were being destroyed because terrorists believe that there are gold under the surface of their farms. That escalated quickly. Politicians saw an opportunity there. They said, no, don't let this gold end in the hands of these guys who don't know the value. Let's buy it from them. Nobody cares about the farmers. Nobody cares about the farms. People died, and people continue to die to this day. But guess what? Zamfara gold is not Nigeria's gold. That's unfair. That's unfair. It's unfair that you make Yorubas to continue to bleed for the survivor of northern Nigeria under massive terrorist invasion. It's unfair that our children will not have access to good schools or good this, good that, or any good life because everything that should provide that for them is being channeled. It's unfair to commit the Biafrans to continue to fund the fight of the terror war in northern Nigeria. It is unfair for the people of Niger Delta to continue to pay for the rehabilitation of repentant terrorists because they are part of Nigeria. It's unfair. When on the other hand, there are some leverages. Leverages like, don't bring beer to our region. It's against our religion. Don't do this here. In fairness, when the Southerners said, okay, don't bring cows onto our streets, don't bring guns onto our farms, and stop this madness on our people. Boom, bang. That statement is against the North. That statement is anti-Nigeria. And all those things, all those unfair statements, it's completely unfair. So if you want to talk about fairness, then you talk about fiscal fairness. If you can make all this decision, because for the integrity of whatever you call your region or your religion, what about others? That is fairness. If you let others decide their faith, their own faith too. But in Nigeria, you are not allowed. And that is why one Nigeria is a myth. And if you pay attention very well, the only thing that is real about Nigeria is the shared suffering, shared poverty, shared insecurity, shared corruption, shared backwardness, shared underdevelopment, shared loss of civil rights, shared and shared and shared misery, shared of miserability. There's nothing united in Nigeria than that. And when you now, like I said, the victims, the children, I mean, I can't imagine how my children are going to survive if I can no longer provide for them. I think you should ask yourselves the same questions. What will happen to my children right now if anything happened to me? What will happen to my family? What if I lost my income and I'm unable to get back on my feet again? What if I die? Will my children survive? And you look around you, you roll your eyes, and you're like, man, God forbid you. The moment you say God forbid, it means that you are scared that if something happened, your children may end up on the streets, your children or your, what have you, they may end up in a very bad place, a place that you don't want them to be. And that is why somebody like me want to tell you or continue to remind you the advantage of coming to term and get out of the unfair system, unfair arrangement that doesn't give you a choice, a system that did not and will never give you a choice until you make your choice yourself, like we demand and ask. Because it is fair enough to say, listen, this is not going to work. And we cannot continue to say Nigeria is not going to work, Nigeria is not going to work. But if we don't do anything, if we don't do something this time around, we will become victims. And part of what you should do is to understand the advantage of when people say, let us be on our own. Let's be on our own. Talk to yourselves. How is it so difficult to generate electricity in Nigeria? How? Why? Corruption, simplicity, a rotten, imbalanced system that will never allow that. It won't. Governance is not a rocket science. It takes responsible people to show responsibility and irresponsible people to be shown the door. What you have around you today, people who are presenting themselves and jumping up and down to want to find a solution to your problems in Nigeria, under one Nigeria, sincerely speaking, they belong to the dark side that, I mean, how can you be the problem or part of the problem and then you want to be part of the solution, it doesn't make any sense to me. So they say it is, I think they say it's a symptom of insanity to be doing the same thing again and again and then expecting a different result. In my own opinion, so, I mean, let me give you another example, by the way. That one just came to my mind. In that same northern Nigeria, right? As all of you are championing 2023, 2023, and all of that, do you know that they have 19 states that makes up of northern and middle belt Nigeria? Let's put it that way. Okay, there's this mid belt Nigeria, this middle states like Plateau State, Benue State, Kwara State. Give me more names. Kogi State. Where else again? Like, Taraba State. Those are not northern states. You know what I mean? But they are classed as part of the 19th. So if you divide Nigeria into two, do you know that the following states, I'm going to tell you the ones that I can remember now, more than 5,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 communities are under the controls of terrorists in northern Nigeria. Let me give you the names. The states like Zamfara, Sokoto, Kaduna, Niger, Yobe, Kerbi, which other one again? Anyway, let me stop there. Those ones I can remember. Where those, Katsina, including Bokwari State. Those communities, if you type Nigeria map, they will be in Nigeria. But they are no longer answering to the authority of Nigeria as you are watching this video. What do I mean by that? I will explain. Let's say my Odogbolu or Ijebu-Igbo in Ogun State. Let's say Ijebu-Igbo is still Ijebu-Igbo or Ijebu-Ode is still Ijebu-Ode. But the difference is this. There is no longer Nigerian police station in Ijebu-Ode. There's no more military or anything. Government in Odogbolu because the ISWAP, they've taken over. So what happened now is that after they killed those they will kill in those places, right? Those who ran away and abandoned, those who stayed back to survive, they have to be paying tax or taxes to the terrorists. Now, I just gave you that picture, but let me repaint it. Let's say the people of Ekpe in Lagos, even though Ekpe is still Lagos, they will say, Abi. But imagine the people of Ekpe, as big as Ekpe is, no Nigeria police, they don't dare them to go there anymore. No, they don't bond them. In fact, the Nigerian government, they've even boned them. They've abandoned them like, oh boy, we don't feel they waste our time there. Leave them. Communities like that, they are scattered all over northern Nigeria, including Borno. It actually started from Borno. I don't know how I missed that. It started from Borno. Out of their 27 or so local government they have there, 24 local government is under the control of terrorists. I'm not joking. But you are still claiming one Nigeria. You see those places, people are being shot to send money. Farmers are being shot because they didn't pay their tax or they have a name for it. I think it's levy. They levy them. They say this community, you have to pay 5 million. Poor areas, though, people were selling things. People were like houses, so each house, everyone donating and contributing to pay so that they can stay alive in Nigeria. You see all this Femi Oponu, Adesina, Garbage, Shehu, and the rest of them that are telling you that Bokwari is the best thing that happened to you after sliced bread. They don't give a damn about them. Now they don't care. Who gives a damn? There's so many people who are poor. And they, with 500 naira, they will line the street whenever they hear that Buhari is coming to town. There are so many people. That's why not just the terrorists have the pool of people to recruit from. The politicians also have a pool of poor, impoverished, and disoriented people to recruit from. So it doesn't cost them anything. Those communities can continue to live in hell. Who cares? Who knows? Who is going to go there and report it? Who's going to go there and interview them? Nobody. Or else you're going to die. They will take you. That is the situation. Nigeria is already divided between the terrorists and the northern jihadists, as well as the Fulani jihadists from the Sahel. So it is like the bandits, as they say right now, they are running mad every day. 11 people killed there, 22 people killed there, 45 people killed there, number of people kidnapped there. This social village is destroyed. Police 14 people. You know, it's the same thing. It's just like, oh boy, if now your turn, then catch you, then kill you. And story be that. You don't die. Just wait for your time. But on the other hand, they are praying that you should get another person like Bukwari. What do you think you're going to get? Of course, you're going to get somebody worse than Bukwari. As long as it is Nigeria. And as long as, whether you're a Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, what have you, as long as you promote one Nigeria or defend one Nigeria that you have no idea of, right? You should always remember the victims, the children. Those are the consequences. And they're going to grow up too. I know many of you are out there hustling, trying to make your own end meet, because your own hustle is important. No wahala. But you see those children, they are also going to grow up and they need to survive too. And guess what? When you probably finally make it, they are going to come for you, because then they are not going to understand who put them in this. The society will pay for it. And when they say the society will pay for it, like the society is paying right now, it's just you and I. Most of us will pay for it. And that's why it's good to speak up when you should. I mean, it's the right thing to do, isn't it? Here is something I picked up I wanted to share with you. It is this kind of.
Lift the flag up, ladies and gentlemen. When I lift her up now, it's okay. Lift it up, Rihanna.
Now, that's the team that were caught on the street. I think that was a Quara. So Ilorin was there about. They want to Shiba Joe. We want to Shiba Joe. We want to Shiba Joe. APC explosion that I think I should tell you about. And at the same time, your career criminals who are going to jump ship. They're going to jump ship and they're going to jump into your PDP. Well, it's kind of ridiculous, by the way, even if some of you don't tell yourself this, okay? Tifnumbu and some of you are already kind of telling yourself that, okay, let me put it this way. Don't let me confuse you because sometimes I feel like I'm going too fast. Oshibajo wants to be president. He's already told Bukwari. That is why Tifnumbu declared publicly earlier than planned. However, the APC implosion that is looming has already started as we speak. And that has to do with the factionalization of their own trusted base, starting from Southwest, where Tifnumbu is expected to have a strong, stronger backing within the APC. Egbekegbe is already divided. As they did their convention, as they did their state convention, I don't even know, or whatever, to elect their own state party chairman and all of that. Crisis already enveloped that. They already have factions as usual, 2 factions, okay? So this faction loyal to this faction loyal to Oshibajo, that faction loyal to Tifnumbu and their own state and all of that. That's where they start to. So now they are going to do their convention for the national, where some people are going to say, this person will be their chairman, that person will be their chairman. And at the same time, it's all for the purpose of whoever controls that, their national structure will have a chance of possibly winning their party primary for president. So Tifnumbu is about to be put to test, a very strong one here by his own people from his own base as we speak. So some of them kind of love, are denying that. But the point where I feel like some of you kind of, I don't know, maybe you set yourself up to be played because you always know how this is going to play out, right? They will create groups, factions like that, right? And then once these ones can't get what they want in APC, suddenly they will cross over to PDP. And suddenly, PDP will start swelling with APC because, that was what happened as well. CPC, APGA, ACN, and PDP, they came together to form APC. And you saw all of your big weights in PDP when they created their own faction. When they couldn't get what they wanted, they all moved en masse to APC. And suddenly, APC became the biggest party in the world, according to them. So now that motion is already set again. They have started creating their faction. Don't pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you are APC or Side Barbarian or a Buhari idiot, you probably would deny it. But me, I tell you how it go be now, right? Your faction has started. The gullible idiots who have been brutalized by the APC for 7 years, 8 years, suddenly, right? They are going to watch these criminals, right? They're going to watch them move to PDP. And suddenly, they are going to start believing that, yes, APC is finished. PDP is going to save us. The criminals they saw for, just like some of the criminals they saw for 16 years of PDP, all of a sudden, they switch and they became APC. And just like that, the mumu buttons in some of those Nigerians switched as well. As long as this person there, but it's been PDP for, I don't care. Anybody that will defend Nigeria and make Nigeria better, fraudsters move to APC to make Nigeria better. Fraudsters, they've destroyed Nigeria, divided Nigeria, impoverished Nigeria, ran Nigeria aground into debt, bankrupted Nigeria. Now, the career criminals are already grouping. They are already setting motion. They are already setting moves in motion. So what they will do is that if they don't get what they want in APC, they will jump to PDP. And some of you that are on-boot slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons, you are going to begin to build your hope on those thieves again. Maiyegun, forget that one. Nigeria we need to get away from this Buhari. We need to get away from this APC. Do you want us to go and vote for Tinubu? PDP is the only one. I say, okay. Photo look very well. And the same people will make your life hell for 8 years. Now them they come now won't save you because they change Jesse. The same way they deceived you then, and you are so confident they are coming, they are leaving corrupt PDP, they are joining a new one, blah 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 blah. The same corrupt criminals, they've made so much money. Okay, whatever they can get here, they will move to the PDP, and PDP will suddenly become your savior. And then me, we sit down here, we know say everything go end in tears. You are telling me that God will shame me. How? It's so easy to predict. Then I begin to ask, like, does some of you actually think that? I'm talking about those who watch my video from Nigeria. Do you think like that? Do you ever feel like we be mugu? We'll tell ourselves the truth. Oh. Very soon all this will be decamping. They want to save Nigeria. Like, and true, you believe them because they're going to pull their resources. They will do all this, blah, 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 blah. Abi? And then you expect them to, the same criminals who have been in government since 1999, who couldn't even generate a light bulb for 24 hours. Suddenly, they have the idea under a new place. And boom, Maiyegun, shut up your mouth. We are trying to save ourselves from Buhari. No, you are trying to ruin yourself. You're not saving yourself from Buhari. You're just trying to delude yourself. And I don't want to be part of that. So that's why I said you can choose your poison. If you don't want to keep drinking this poison of these criminals, because one Nigeria is a fraudulent arrangement. And trust me, trust yourself, trust your instincts. Dismantling it is best for everyone. And that gives that advantage of us to actually have an input into how we are governed. That's not too much to ask. They've done it. We've seen them. It's a repeated thing. It's brought us misery. It's brought us death. It's brought us underdevelopment. We've seen the worst done to humans, children, young people, old people. We've seen worst of the worst of that you can ever imagine of. And it seems that we've not seen anything yet. Break it up to save lives. Do that. And maybe, just maybe, we may stand a chance. I'm going to give myself a break, a quick one. Then when I'm back, we will continue in a while. And then we'll round up, by the way, because it's running late. Thank you. So there was this announcement that I was going to make if I was on last night, and it has to do with the Ilana UK hosting Pa Akintoye. Some of you will probably need to see that video, the what do you call it? That conversation, the meeting. It happened today, but some of you probably have seen it out there. It's all about having Pa Akintoye meeting with the Ilana UK, where they discussed about the election or no election issue, the progress on the Yoruba Nation agitation, and so many other things that were discussed that I look forward, to possibly bring Maiyegun onto the program sometime soon, so we can have a further conversation on the progress made so far, rather, on the Yoruba Nation agitation and awareness in the UK. So I am going to, then I actually got to read something about the Agbekoyas that said that if Benin Republic failed to release Oloye Sunday Igboho, that they are going to use traditional means to break him out of prison. I want to make you all believe this, right? I want you to understand something. That's actually not what they said, okay? For Nigeria headlines, for clickbait, they decided to use that so as to not to turn this into a mockery and all of that. So what the Agbekoya said was that the illegal detention of Oloye Sunday Igboho without trial is no longer acceptable to the people of Yoruba land. And with their own influence and worldview, if it was to be in Nigeria, it could have been a different story. But they gave the Benin Republic so time to release Oloye Sunday Igboho, an awareness that, or a sort of, awareness rather than a threat. But the media in Nigeria said they said they will have to break him out of the prison and what have you. That's actually not the context of what they said. But well, if we have any power to break Oloye Sunday Igboho out of the Benin Republic prison, I bet it is not metaphysical. That's all I can say on that. So ignore anything that is mocking that statement. It should be a sort of a statement that continues to remind Nigeria that they are committing a crime for illegally keeping Oloye Sunday Igboho in detention in Benin Republic, and they're not just doing it alone. Benin Republic is an accomplice in committing this international crime of kidnapping Oloye Sunday Igboho without trial. That's illegal. And I bet the right team, Ilana Dua, and every other team working behind the scene are exploring every step or what have you on how to go about this. I continue to believe that, by the way. Now we'll continue to tell you if I found anything new or anything worthy of an update to all of you. So far, so good. We joined the Agbekoyas to demand for the release of Oloye Sunday Igboho. He's done nothing. He's committed no crime. It is where he is one of those who would have made the hell. Who would make life a hell for the Fulani terrorists, armed Fulani terrorists that has invaded that has invaded Yoruba land. Yes, although we also read it in the news that the police or the joint operation or whatever, they went after those kidnappers on Lagos Ibadan Expressway near Onigari and whatever, and they arrested some of them. But hopefully they will keep that operation or they will keep that exercise going. So it won't be a one-off. You know what I mean? Not like that of Kaduna Abuja Expressway, where Kaduna Littlefinger led some kind of a show-off cameraman into the bush along the Kaduna Abuja Expressway, only for that to escalate afterward. So hopefully what they did on Lagos Ibadan Expressway, arresting those criminals, including those who were buying them food, those who run errand for them. They were arrested as well, and they gave up so much information, but, well, I don't know what will happen to them. That's why I said the exercise should not be made a one-off. It should be a continuous one. But again, Oloye Sunday Igboho, who raised the alarm, is now somebody that Nigeria, on the order of their Interpol, with the collaboration with the Benin Republic, kidnapped him, denied him legal representation, shot their court, and at the same time denied him all the legal representation that he deserves when they shot their court. Yeah, that's what they did. They shot their court and they locked him up illegally without telling him what he did. So we join others to remind the Benin Republic that Nigeria is committing a crime and Benin is helping them. And so sooner or later, Bokwari will no longer have that power. It will no longer be there to make those decisions. And but the Benin Republic, as Bokwari will be paying it the price, Benin Republic will also be paying some too. Nothing they have done now will go in any way on what do you call it? Unpunished. Let me use that. I just want to try and use something that is not so kind of harsh. But it won't go unpunished because none of them has gone unnoticed as we speak. Free Oloye Sunday Igboho is committed no crime, is done nothing. Even in Nigeria, where the Nigerian government initially declared him wanted, Oloye Sunday Igboho took Nigeria to court and he won. Yes, he won. He won big. It's not because of that money. It is just to make a statement that you can't just call me a criminal for doing nothing, right? But Nigeria is not going to pay because Nigeria is broke, according to them. So, which means with that judgment that Oloye Sunday Igboho, legal team, got in Ibadan, Igboho is not a criminal. Therefore, why is Benin Republic holding him? And why have they refused their court to listen to whatever allegation? And why have they refused to tell us exactly why they are holding him? Whatever the reason is are, yeah, we condemn it and we continue to. If they are in position of keeping him today, they probably will be in position to explain tomorrow. And that tomorrow will come. It will come. I strongly believe that. So we say thank you to everyone doing all their best behind the scene. I can tell you, if you are not in the categories of former presidents, former ambassadors, current president, or maybe governors, even governors, maybe not governors. If you're not in the position in that category of somebody who can diplomatically walk into Benin Republic and talk to them, there's no legal way around this, except if they can find a legal means of forcing the hands of Benin Republic in a different way. All of this will take time, and we hope that somebody somewhere is working on this genuinely, seriously, to force the hand of Benin Republic into at least bringing Oloye Sunday Igboho out. So Igboho is not a criminal. He's committed no crime. Nigeria or Yoruba land should be praising him. But he got sacrificed for the selfish political interest of few. Like I said, there'll be consequences of all these actions. Some of them paid by the politicians themselves, majority paid by you and me, especially those who continue to nudge them on. Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. It's not working. Think about that. I'm going to go. So thank you very much for your time. I've got a bit of a difficulty with my broadcaster tonight, and somehow it's not really ideal to take calls. I'll do that some other time. So it's good to see you guys today, or let me say it's good to be back here today after yesterday. So thank you very much. If you have the time, like the video. If you have the time, subscribe on the channel if you haven't, right? And also, if you probably have that time, share it with those who probably needs to see this. I'm going to see you some other time. Until then, good night from here.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé.